Okay guys, I just hit a couple down range here with a with a 4-iron, and you'll be able to see with a back on view, I think, of this action. I'll try and get right in front of the camera. It's not a good sky to see the ball today, but at least you'll be able to see the the action. Now if you can see that, guys, I mean that's just a spectacular golf shot. And wow, that's long. It's so strong. So strong. You know, and hitting 4-iron out of this crabgrass ain't easy. But you never get a shot with the club moving this way here and coming into the ball straight line. The ball can never start over here. It just can't do that. It's not physically possible. From a geometry point of view, it's not possible. Look at that for ball flight, guys. Wow, that's something. There's just so much hit on the ball. The club is travelling so hard coming down, I promise you guys, I'm just hanging on to it. I'm not doing anything else but just hanging on to it, because it's moving. Now there's 3 in a row, guys, that, you know, there's a flag out there, they're inside a 20-foot circle to 4-iron. Yeah, it's very, 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 well, it's very different, but after even just these few shots, it feels like, well, it suggests to me, why wouldn't I do it all the time? Why wouldn't I do it? Because they're perfect golf shots. Now, if you hit perfect golf shots, the logic of the argument is that that's the golf swing you want, irrespective of what it looks like, or even how it feels. But if your ball flight is perfect, your golf swing's right, correct. And that's always been my mantra and my philosophy in teaching. I mean, I usually just look for ball flight indifference. If someone has a problem, you know, I just alter their swing to get their ball flight right. The ball flight's the master, and however you get it right, doesn't matter. And I've got to tell you that swing right there, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just, I would have to do it all the time. I couldn't do anything else. Yeah, that's what it feels like there. It's not doing that, but it feels like that. I mean, the ball, that's 4-iron, guys. It's going 8-iron height, but 3-iron distance. Fantastic. Probably can't see the flight because it's just going so high. Well, I'll really heat this one. Don't get any better than that. Gee, that's long. And the swing feels leisurely. It just generates the speed so easily. All right. Just as an adjunct. Guys, just generally speaking, every golf swing, irrespective of its mechanics or its dynamics, there has to be a proper release of the golf club through the ball. And something that may help all of you, even if you're not doing channel lock, But if you are doing channel lock and you're getting a little bit tied up and inhibited by the structure and losing a bit of the release, just think of one thing, and that is to get a feeling of a proper release. Do this. Take the club back, fire it, and get the butt of the club pointing at the ball after you've hit it. We call that reverse butting. Mo Norman used to come in here, butting it here, and then here, and reverse butted it there. Tom Watson, when I spoke to him in 1986 when he came to Australia to play the skins match with Nicholas, Greg Norman and Ballesteros, I was talking to him on the practice fair, and I said, Tom, I've got pictures of you, with so much wrap over and full release of the golf club. What do you think about to get that? And he said, when I practice a lot, I release the club so hard and I have so much forearm roll that I actually get calluses on my forearms because they're rubbing together. I get so much of that. He had pretty big forearms, so I can understand that. But he never said anything about reverse butting, but I saw that in his golf swing. And I went away and, like about a month later I was thinking about it and I thought, well, I don't want to think about touching my forearms together, but what I see in his golf swing was that the butt's pointing back there. And guys, the natural formation of the arm with the two bones in there, the radius and the ulnar bone, they basically create an articulation in the arm so that when it goes back past the centre of the body, it naturally rolls over and comes back this way. It's just a natural, top bone over bottom bone articulation. So you should never try and inhibit that. You don't want to have, think about a release as being that. You should think about getting as much of this as you can. And if you just hit some shots with any golf swing, but particularly with channel lock, you just hit some shots with channel lock and feel. See that? But any golf swing, that's what I used to promote as the ultimate release factor in a golf swing. Just do that in any golf swing and you'll get full, unadulterated release on the golf club. And what'll help you guys also, even with channel lock, if you feel that to get that release, that basically the forearms come to a halt here in front of the body. Because the only thing we want to release hard is the club head. We don't want too much travel in the hands because that really does, the hands getting too far across the body really does inhibit releasing of the golf clubs. Now the great players know that they've got to be here when they release it, but the club players and the not so good players, they think that they've got to travel the club to get the release. You don't. You've actually got to stop your hands. And I remember Nicholas saying, and I've only ever seen it once in dispatches, but he said when he wanted to really get the ball moving, he actually tried to slow his hands down at impact, which clearly meant this. It's coming in here, the hands were slowing, and the club was going, a bit like someone on the hood of your car. If you're driving with someone on the hood of your car and there was a low brick wall and you went up to the brick wall at 30 miles an hour and hit the brick wall, the car would stop dead, but the person on the hood of the car would just keep going and accelerate. And that's what happens here. We're stopping the car. See, that is still in the middle of my body. See, it hasn't gone past the middle of my body. It's not over here. Guys, that really is some strong release. So just for guys that are not releasing the club properly, even in a general golf swing, it's a good facility. I used to teach that. I used to have release schools that I used to have on getting people to release the club, because the club players are notorious. They hang on, too tight with the left hand and try and travel the club down with their right handed and try and travel the club down the line. But in a full golf swing, just to release it. There it is there, guys, look. Club's pointing back this way. And to do it correctly and get the feeling, feel that your lead arm gets longer and your lead knuckles get lower to the ground, so they were getting this look about us when we hit it. That look about us, that's the feeling we want. That's what'll get that lead arm straightened out at impact. If you can just roll it down, roll the forearm release here, but keep the knuckles low to the ground. Mo said that when he was playing really well, he used to feel like he wanted to skin his knuckles on the ground. So low did he keep the club through the ball. Like that. Just hit a few shots like that. And if you get the lead arm extended and the butt pointing back here, you don't want it over here. I mean, some pretty good players have done that, but you know, they could release it anyway. But for the average player who under-releases the golf club, which a great majority of club players do, just hit some shots like this. Yeah, pointing it back here. So it's butt to the ball, butt to the ball. It's a roll release. Some of the greatest players, you look at every great player, McIlroy, Els, Garcia, anybody, shot from here or front on there. Guys, they're all here. That's where they are. They've all got wrapper. Mo Norman had it. Got lots of pictures of Mo Norman. Post-impact, he's here. And yet he said he did that. Didn't do that. And I took that up with him. And he said, yeah, but I feel like I do the other thing. But it's not reality. Okay, so we're really... You can actually hit some shots, guys, where you just really kill the club in front of you. See, it's still in front of me here. Just, yeah. Stop the hands there and just let the golf club go. I used to play with a guy took some money off me in a bet once. I didn't know him, and a buddy of mine organised a game with him, and that's how he played. He stopped his hands at impact. He just killed me. Killed me. Killed my bank balance. It was just so long, and he basically did this. That's how he hit the ball. He went. That's how he hit it. But out of a fuller swing. Never missed a fairway. He hit 18, all fairways and all greens that day, and just slaughtered us. Slaughtered us. That's a bit of a. That was an example for us, the guys, not worry about what a guy's swing looks like. It's what he writes down on the card. There. The club's still in front of me here. If I bring it back, it hasn't travelled. It hasn't gone past here. Anyway, guys, just something I was doing the other day for a couple of guys. Oh, we'll just hit one down here. Never goes over here, guys. Did you see that Hideki Matsuyama shot that 61 the other day in the Bridgestone and came from, I don't know, where was he before he hit off? I think he was miles back, and he ends up winning by 6. The Matsuyama pause. Just for fun, let's see if we can do a Matsuyama pause. Just for fun. With a normal golf swing. Still going, 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 still going. Oh, it's a crazy game, isn't it? Isn't it a crazy game? And that's just blitzed. That is so strong and long. normal golf swing. Well, I'll play a little bit of channel lock in it, but I'll try and get the Hideki pause. I mean, I can't do it because I've never done it. Wayne Grady, who lives up the road here, he used to do it at the height of his career. He used to stop at the top of his swing. Used to stop. I think Hideki actually stops. Guys, I've got to tell you when it comes down. It's up, 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 up. Now, how about that? How about that? And I'm not pausing, but it's a lot more intent to pause than I ever have. Okay, now that was perfect, but I jumped at it. I didn't have to jump. Just a bit of fun here, guys. This might help some of you guys that are jumpers that jump all over the golf ball, me included. But that was just, I'll just try and not jump from the top. Guys, that's 4-iron, gone wedge height and 2-iron distance. That was just ridiculous. Ridiculous. With a Hideki pause. Well, I don't think I'll ever stand on the practice tee and say, well, there's nothing more to learn. I won't learn anymore, because guys, every day, I mean, that's just ridiculous. And I've always been a jumper. I just can't believe how straight the shot goes, how much power it's got, the ball flight, everything. I mean, everything you ever want in a golf shot's in that one right there. That's channel lock with a pause, with a Hideki pause. Well, I'm not pausing, but I'm a lot more pause than I normally have. Oh, gee, I've never felt that impact off a golf club. It just feels like it's going to break the face of the club. Just off the scale in terms of impact. I mean, that is just obscene. And if I actually did get a real pause, this is out of crabgrass, guys. Look, it's 3 inches deep. Long line out of crabgrass. Hideki pause. Just lost a bit of footing because the grass is so long. Just lost a bit of footing and fell into that shot. Still went dead straight, but just got into the grass a little bit. And it's just because I'm getting this early attack on it. Any early attack in the deep grass, it just kills the club. Guys, there's no movement on the ball. No movement at all. Keep on this way. You won't see this ball because it'll just go too high. Having said that, I'll probably hit along the ground now. Watch this, guys. Well, guys, look, you'll never see it. It's still up, 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 still up. Just come down. 4-iron. And I'm not pausing anywhere near where I need to pause. I mean, that's just... Guys, just try it. Just try it. See if I can really get a pause. Ain't never, ever, ever coming down. Well, the car's not in play from here, guys. That's just landing right in front of it. All right. I mean, that's a hybrid distance down there. Okay, guys, just something else. High decky pause. I'm going to work on that, because for someone that does jump at the ball with my quick tempo, that could be great, but it could be good for you guys too. Just give you the feeling of getting a little bit more here. If you've got a bucket of water, guys, it's going to be a slow tip. You're going to tip the water out slowly. You get the bucket. Whoosh. Before you start down, we're going to tip the bucket whoosh, before we start down. Hideki give himself a shower, because he gets it up here and the water's just pouring out of the bucket. He could have a complete bathing before he starts his downswing. Okay, guys, just something. Just thought I'd do that. I was so impressed with it the other day to come out of the pack and shoot that 61 down the stretch. Could have been 59. You had chances to shoot under 60. Okay, guys, we'll do some more maybe tomorrow.